Geology is a really fundamental science. There are big challenges globally that we need to tackle, and we really need geoscientists in the space to help tackle those problems.
You know, it might be things like climate change or evolution of life, or, you know, some of those impacts that have happened through time and how that will affect us. Understanding our resources so that we can keep on using them.
A lot of the geoscience workforce that we have at the moment, they're getting on in age. On the other side of the pipeline, we're not seeing young people being engaged with geoscience courses at university level.
That pervasive idea that geology is just rocks. We do love rocks, but, you know, how do we help them visualise what geology is?
Seequent were really interested in getting involved in this by virtue of doing what we do best, which is developing innovative and intuitive, user-friendly software. Visible Geology is a free digital tool to help educators and students create and investigate three-dimensional geological concepts. We built this to try and engage with that younger generation and start speaking their language. Show them that there is innovative tech involved in geology as well. You know, it's not just the rock and the hammer anymore, it's so much more than that. We learned of Cerebral Fix's experience in creating games for the likes of Disney, and we understood their focus audience was exactly the audience that we were trying to capture with Visible Geology.
When students are first experiencing geology, diving straight into this really technical software is quite intimidating. They've never used anything like this before. What they have done is usually played video games before. One of the things that we are really passionate about is making engaging and immersive experiences, and one of the things that Seequent really wanted was an educational tool that was going to have that engagement and that immersion. We did a lot of interviews with students, what they liked, what they didn't like, and then testing as we went and iterating on that to end up with something that's quite good.
We can now actually use these models that students can interact with, they can rotate them, they can change parameters in them, and they get a far greater understanding of what we're trying to tell them.
When you have so many different elements, different layers, intrusions, faults, folds, and to be able to pick it apart and customize it at your will is a huge advantage to gaining an understanding.
It's really intuitive, it's very easy to use, it's got quite simple controls and quite obvious controls, so you don't need to spend a lot of time instructing students on how to use it. They can kind of launch right in and play around with it and figure it out. I definitely think that it helps take things out from what were black and white 2D maps or cross sections which looked awfully complicated to something they can interact with and have a bit of fun with.
I do think this tool is a revolutionary shift for the education of earth sciences. There should be no one locked out of learning about the earth. Visible Geology really ties in with that ethos.